Hey guys, it's Vince with CG Vinyl Studio, and it's about 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and we are working once again with our HD metal chrome. And this is an interesting discussion today because this order was placed by a client who wanted to try my products and then placed an order again for 2 more sets. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you do good work, that is the best sign that your client is impressed and happy, as they should be, because you are providing a quality product. And once again, this just takes practice, it just takes time. When you get there, you'll certainly know it. It's like anything else, you paint enough, you're going to definitely see your results come out better and better. The process gets faster and faster, and you become more efficient, and therefore you make more money in much less time. But overall, not going to sheet out. Again, he ordered 2 sets, and I said this in previous videos, whether we work with 1 set of graphics, 2 sets of graphics, 3 sets of graphics, as many sets or as many products as you can fit on a single sheet is irrelevant, because your physical labor is the same. So therefore, you're making more money per sheet. There are not any businesses that I can think that are typically like that. And that's something to really, really think about. I mean, most of the time you're going to have an inventory issue, or you're going to have to make adjustments, or it's going to encompass more of your time, more of your freedom, so to speak. And with this business model, that's not the case. He does 2 orders. We do the same sheet. We're basically looking at an increase in our profits without doing any more work, which is exactly what most end users want. So if you're looking at that side hustle, you're looking at a full-time job replacement, I cannot emphasize enough looking at this, because it really should be looked at. And without a doubt, in the next couple of years, this is just expanding even more. We're seeing more and more CNC robots all over YouTube. If you do a search, it's huge. From laser cutters to mills, plasma cutters, you name it, it's all over the place. And it's all over the place for a reason, because it's easy. Leveraging your time has never been easier if you understand software and robotics. If you don't understand it, learn it. That's the big thing. Because if you're in that dead-end job and you're doing physical work, you have no one to blame but yourself if you're not willing to put the time in to learn something else. And that doesn't mean you have to go to college. It doesn't mean you have to pay for school. It means you have to dedicate yourself to figuring out what you want to do. The beauty of working with this material is whether you work with a large printer like this or a desktop printer, it's all the same. Anybody can hit the print button. Most people are familiar with that. The robot does the work. If you don't know how to set colors up in a printer, we've heard that before, you can definitely do that with software and get great results. The big thing here is understanding, do not sit idle by. If you start making a change in what you want to do and progressing towards that, you'll definitely get ahead. If you're more concerned with eating at Starbucks every day, driving a new car every year and a half, wearing the best shoes, wearing the best clothes, and yet you live in a $25,000, $30,000 house, you have your priorities mixed up. And there's a lot of people like that. So look at what you can do to leverage your time. That is the only thing you have to do. You don't have to start rich, but you certainly don't have to end poor. So looking at jobs like this that are just this easy, we leave the printer now, it's doing all the work. Go to the gym, come back, let the ink dry a little bit, do our lamination. We'll cut over to that, show you that process once again, and you'll be all set. So hey guys, we got it out of the printer. Again, you can see we have 2 sets of labels right here. One thing I want to discuss a little different in this video that we haven't discussed, if you have a solid surface, this of course is granite, you can rotate your glass so that you can articulate where you're working on your substrate. Very easy, just use common sense, move slowly, and you can see This makes it much easier for you to adjust if you're doing your straight edges for alignment and applying the tape. So again, we are now ready to go with lamination, and we'll knock out the lamination, and then once the lamination is done, we'll come back and show you the product. Okay guys, we just got done rolling it through the laminator as usual, and you can see the results. Of course, the HD chrome does get traction marks, and you can see that's just from uneven pressure from the laminator. It could be anything just slightly cocked. Again, the actual graphics themselves came out beautiful. You can see that. I'll move this down a little bit. See the second set. Finish looks awesome. There we go. Now we're ready to load it into the Suma, finalize the process. What was it, about 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Done. All right, we're in Vinyl Master now, and Joanna's doing the final touches to get this cut. Everything has been loaded, of course, in the Suma T75. I am going to move the camera naturally because it's got its light on, and then she is going to turn that one overhead light off after she aligns the head. Once again, guys, we do this manually. It's our preference. The machine does have auto alignment. You're more than welcome to do that if you have one. Actually, I think most cutters now are coming with it. It's a very, pretty much a standard feature in this industry. There we go. Okay, we'll just move back so that we're not going to interfere with that registration mark sensor. There we go. That's 1, 2. 3, and the final one. That's it. And you will see this unit doing 2 passes. I've said it in previous videos. HD Chrome, your finish is much better as far as graphic removal when you use 2 passes. And this way you're not adjusting your pressure. Everything is set and you're good to go. One other thing I want to point out about the Suma, and I haven't discussed this in the past, is the blade on this unit is, I believe, the strongest, most sharp blade I've ever used. We've been cutting much thicker material, again, doing the HD metal, and it cuts so perfect every single time. There's no rough edges. Very, very impressed with this machine. And granted, it should, for what it costs. It's a professional level machine. Tangential model, I believe this one's going for like $5 grand now, but you get what you pay for, definitely. We're about done right now. And you're done. There we go. How much was this sheet? 36. This sheet's $36, and basically 20 minutes, we'll say 18 to 20 minutes tops. She's unloading it now. Done. Now we'll go over, let her do the quick weeding, and show you the final product. Okay, we've just trimmed the sheet of all the excess, and now we've got the 2 sets of tags here. She's going to go and weed these out. Of course, you can see we've got a bow in these because we have all of that excess material pulling on the backing, and these are under tension. But it definitely, you can see it's chrome. She just blew right through that, done. And you can see now they lay flat. And these came out gorgeous. There we go, second sheet, done. And there we go, guys, here we go. Look at how clean. Beautiful. Another happy client, we'll keep them going. Hopefully keep beating this into everyone's head. Get a side hustle, guys. Do something. If not this, do something. But I'm going to tell you right now, this job is so cool in so many different ways. I can't tell you how many clients have contacted us, even about their children watching them cut. We had a client that has a 12-year-old son, and he was over there watching Dad with his graph tech cut our material, and he found that he was very interested in it. Well, his dad was teaching him how to set everything up and do it, and now this kid always will have that skill set at one point in his life that if he ever decides to pursue it, he can. Think about that. You know, apprenticeship in this country hasn't been discussed for a long time, and honestly, it's something that really should be looked at because there's really no education like hands-on, at least in my opinion. You learn all the theory in the world, but in the end, it boils down to can you do it? Can you practice it? And this shows what can be done when you actually stay focused, are diligent, and are willing to learn the software and the hardware, and you have a production business. So again, I want to thank everybody for the support. I hope this has given you some room to think. If you do have any questions, contact Joanna and I at CG Vinyl. Thank you. Take care.